would come himself.
Well, Andrew doesn't like travelling anymore. He's getting on.
Oh, so far away?
And he's losing his sight.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Well, things have changed. My assistant spoke to you?
That's right, she did. Well, let's go through then.
Well, it's a much faster road than I thought. I hope I'm not too early.
Makes no difference whatsoever. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Do you have a child?
No.
What a wonderful studio. Yes, well, it was extraordinary. I was just looking through some old catalogues and I came across one for the Harwood show of '68. And I thought it was superb.
Well, there were 6 of us.
It was your paintings. I've been unable to get them out of my mind.
Who do you represent nowadays?
As I said, it's all changed. There are 4 other directors now, and each are responsible for their own artists. And it's my job to find them.
You see, I'm rather out of touch.
Well, let's see. Who would you know, I wonder?
It's a work in progress. I prefer you not to look.
Oh, Dominic Shale? Peter Byrne? Angela Cowell? Do you know her work? One of the hybrid group.
Means nothing to me.
Well, I don't go looking for names, necessarily. It's more of a gut thing. In fact, we seem to be asking more people to leave than to join at the moment.
Well, should we take a look? Very Holman Hunt, what did you say?
That's right.
You don't know what I'm talking about, do you?
The light of the world. May I?
Look, I'm short on ceremony, forgive me. Well, I don't usually drink, but in company I must live up to my reputation.
What reputation's that?
Grant Hank, the notorious artist.
What did you do that was so bad?
Nothing unforgivable. You know the way people talk.
Well, I spoke to other members of the new fellowship and none of them wished to discuss you. So it seems your reputation's safe with them. Anyway, I'm here to give you a new one.
Who did you meet?
All of them.
Helen Newsom was a member of the group.
Yes, all except Helen Newsom. Does she have any of your work?
They wouldn't talk about me.
Well, I didn't ask very much. I only wanted to see the paintings.
And that's all. You're not just curious in a general way, you know?
Only the paintings.
Well, you might have had the courtesy to mention all this in your letter.
Mention what?
You were speaking to the group.
Well, as none of them wanted to discuss you, it didn't seem important.
No?
No.
They're such hypocrites. There was a time when I was the only one they talk about. Look, I'm working in acrylics now. Do they fetch as much as oils?
Oh, sure, why not?
Oh, people have such fixed ideas.
But is this recent?
No, I don't do those things anymore. I haven't the patience.
By absence, this good means I gain. That I can catch her where none can watch her, in some close corner of my brain. There I embrace and kiss her, and so I both enjoy and miss her. Well, it's a beautiful piece of work. Does it have a title?
Hmm? Yes, Toy Shop of the Heart. It's a sort of reliquary for someone close to him.
A place to keep love letters.
That sort of thing.
Is it for sale?
No.
Pity.
So, you really found all my paintings?
Well, all except one. One of the garden pictures. A lady's pleasure. It was bought by a railway union and wouldn't dig it out for me.
Oh, it's typical, eh? They close my local station, then they spend a fortune on one of my paintings. At least I hope they did.
Well, 4,000. It's not bad for those days.
Oh, you've been studying me. What does the gallery charge these days?
46%. But we do get you the best price.
So, you met Tom Worrell, did you? Where's he living now?
Granton, just outside Edinburgh.
Is he still with that gruesome woman, Penny?
He was alone.
I remember she always smelled of cooking, and he made vast quantities of undrinkable wine.
Do you mind if I smoke? Tom Worrell seemed to think that Helen Newsom might have some of your work.
Oh, I can't imagine what he's thinking of.
You're able to contact her, I take it?
No.
Well, he just thought that...
Helen chose to disappear. There's really nothing I can do.
I'm sure we can track her down.
Don't waste your time. Yeah, is Tom working?
No, he doesn't paint anymore. Why did you stop?
Oh, listen, that. My heart wasn't in it. The undertaking.
Oh, I find it very different.
Well, it's working in acrylics, you know. New medium, new discipline. It's very exciting for me.
Yes, for the subject too. I mean, your previous work had a strange narrative quality.
Oh, there's always a story. There's quite a number of possibilities there, don't you think? What are these people up to, I wonder?
Mm-hmm.
I think the woman has undertaken more than the man. She's gone further into the wood, you see? Yet she's standing still. Maybe she's heard something. The man, too, he turns. He's afraid. Perhaps she's unaware of his approach, and he doesn't want to be observed.
Yes.
Dream of leaving. Will she wake before it's too late, I wonder?
Too late.
For her to escape?
Well, escape what exactly?
Nothing exactly. It's a painting. You've got to do a bit of work.
Well, it looks like Helen Newsom.
Not unlikely.
Yes, well, the ideas are wonderful. It's just something in the technique. Has anybody else seen these?
No.
No. Reminds me of Friedrich, particularly the first one.
Damned with faint praise.
Oh, no. It's all there. It's unquestionably a grand Henk.
You expecting someone?
Yes, my assistant. I asked her to meet me here.
Then you must let her in.
Sounds a bit funny. You shouldn't be doing this business. But that's his business to be doing all that. I told you, you shouldn't do his work for him. Do you often have trouble with the supply?
No?
Look, your offer is extremely kind, but I don't think we can spend the night here.
Rooms are something I have no shortage of.
Well, I think we should get on, and I don't want us to impose.
Look, if we're going to do this at all, it must be done properly. You'll need to look at the paintings in daylight. They have to be titled, measured, catalogued.
I don't want either of us to rush into a decision. I mean, it's a serious commitment after all. We should sleep on it.
You don't like the work?
No, I do. Look, why don't we discuss it during the week?
You're expecting other paintings?
Well, I suppose I was, yes.
There are others, quite a lot, actually. You might care to look at them.
What, recent work?
No. And quite a lot of drawings. But do what you want, it's up to you.
She left the web, she left the loom, she made 3 paces through the room. She saw the water lilies bloom, she saw the helmet and the plume. She looked down on Camelot. Out flew the web and floated wide. The mirror cracked from side to side. The curse has come upon me, cried the Lady of Shalott. Congratulations. You've made quite an impression.
Do you think so?
Well, the dress was a bit excessive. Well, maybe not. No, it's wonderful. You've got him. Let's hope it's worth the trouble.
Can he still paint?
No. He's lost it. He's got about 40 canvases at the most, and half of them look unfinished. I could get more for his photographs. Anyway, this new stuff sounds promising. We'll just have to wait and see. Look, I couldn't refuse, Gussie.
Of course not.
Look, if you like, I can make some excuse so he doesn't bother you in the morning.
Oh, you mustn't be so concerned.
Don't you like to think that I care about you?
You must see the garden.
What, you came through the garden?
I was lost.
Yeah, well, where's your car?
I walked from the railway.
Really?
I got a ride. She dropped me off at the station.
Who was that?
Just a woman.
You're mad. Well, look, it doesn't matter. I can give you a lift back. Look, if you like, I could stay.
I don't want you to. Good night, Marcus.
Good night. It's a good image. You should keep it.
Sleep?
Yes, very well, thank you. Wonderful.
No, some breakfast.
Oh, what a treat.
I'll be in the studio when you want to make a start.
20 minutes.
Whenever.
Gussie wasn't feeling too well last night. It's not unusual. Gussie rarely puts in an appearance before 10.
I'm glad she's able to rest here.
Well, wherever she lays her head.
You love her?
Well, I don't know about that. She's certainly a marvellous girl. Gussie hasn't been with us that long. But these are all yours.
Mm-hmm. You're the first to see them.
Oh, yes. Oh, we're back in the garden.
Mm-hmm. It's rather early, so I haven't been in here for some time.
Oh, I'll be fine. Helen Newsom.
Mm-hmm. She's in most of them. It did have a title, but I can't remember. What do you suggest?
Well, has she seen something in the water?
She seems to be wearing a wedding dress.
Yeah, but no ring. She's dropped the ring in the lake.
I'll throw it away. Maybe she's buried it. You see? Oh, she's rinsing her hands. Maybe the groom didn't turn up. She's going to take the plunge. Is she in anguish or despair? Traveller came by.
Child with bicycle. Who's the child?
One of Tom Worrell's brood, young Kate.
Well, you didn't mention her.
No, they just looked after her. Her father was never a member of the group.
It's beautiful.
Is it what you expected?
Much more.
Take your time. Don't be afraid. You're not afraid, are you? Keep still. I wonder what extraordinary fate brought you to this house. Well, surely you see the resemblance. And last night when you're looking at the photograph, it could have been a mirror.
If that's what you saw.
You saw it too.
Where's Marcus?
He's occupied.
Did you used to draw Helen?
Mm-hmm. All the time. She was my model.
I really like her.
Does it concern you?
No?
Then all's well.
Would you like to talk about her?
I once saw a man at Charing Cross Station who looked exactly like me. I remember I followed him along the street, watched him go into a shop. I made myself leave before he came out. I reckon nothing healthy could come of it.
Now you regret it.
Not at all. We often think we want to know more. But in fact, we don't. What a day that was. Summer of 70. See how miserable we all look? Oh, well. You knew it was over. Tom Worrell, kindly oath, colourblind but a marvellous draftsman. His wife Penny, fair to middling potter. Those are the Brood. Frank Almond, at least he had a sense of humour. David Gallagher, the most talented of all, he drowned himself. Helen, of course. You already know.
Helen's dress.
Need to see. Forgive me. Take it off. Please. Look, I shouldn't have asked you. Please take the dress off.
Your love was famous.
That love dies.
No.
What a strange young woman you are. So solemn. Are you alone, child? Yeah. It's just that one partner always loves more than the other. Helen? Well, she drifted away. She became withdrawn. She didn't need my company. That was the essential difference between us. She'd disappear somewhere in the garden and stay there all day or sit in some corner of the house. It was an unhappy time.
Yes.
Oh, all those tears. Well, I knew she was lost. And that's the end of the story. Look, I don't think I like being reminded of all this.
You do.
Oh, I do I?
Yes.
See? I think she went into the garden.
Has she been disturbing you? You locked the door.
Not at all. You getting somewhere?
Yeah, more than halfway.
And?
It's exactly what I was hoping to find. It'll make everybody at the gallery very happy indeed if you decide to join us.
Part of the family.
Yeah, that's exactly the way we see
Whose
it.
idea was it to get on to me?
Well, I was looking through some old catalogues.
That's right. Andrew didn't brief you and supply your beautiful companion.
Has Gussie said something to upset you?
Maybe he didn't even brief you. He's a cunning little man.
Andrew has nothing to do with my being here. You might be interested to know he has a very high regard for you.
Don't lose your sense of humour. So, it was your idea. What exactly do you know about Gussie?
She's full of unbelievable stories.
That's not what I asked.
Look, I don't inquire.
Well, that's right. What does she do exactly as your assistant?
She's a general dog's body. I mean, youngsters join to learn the trade. That's part of the attraction. Look, I don't understand what you want to know.
And is she learning?
Well, I suppose she is, yes.
But she hasn't been with you. Has she looked at one of my paintings? Perhaps she's here for another reason. Now, don't be coy. Assistant has always been a euphemism for something else, hasn't it?
Well, I'm very fond of Gussie.
That's better. Talk about it. But you must be careful. There's something going on up there. I know about that kind of woman.
She's very naive in many ways.
Unworldly.
That's right. Look, I can see you're trying to work. I'll ask her not to disturb you. I might just go and look for her.
In this life, you could be Helen. Don't you think so?
Do you ever hear from her?
No. It'd be unthinkable now. She won't have survived. None of the others did.
What do you mean?
Well, after a time here, her life would have seemed without purpose.
Oh, the new fellowship was so wonderful.
Oh, it was perfect. Was perfect. You can't resist a smile, but anyone who was part of it would understand me exactly. Helen ruined it all. She was looking for a looser arrangement.
It wasn't so perfect then. Where is she now?
and lost. Let's talk of something we know about. The candles are behind you. Sorry to hear about Andrew. Is he actually going blind?
Yeah, he can no longer see his own reflection.
Not able to see. Nothing fills me with more horror. Andrew Quinn, it was once the most fashionable gallery in London.
And it will be again one day. If you agree to exhibit, I know we can attract a lot of media interest. How would you feel about that?
I don't give interviews.
Well, look, it wouldn't have to be interviews. I mean, you could write something yourself. In fact, that would be better, because we could retain more control. And who knows, we might even trace Helen.
Oh. What do you think about that, Gussie? As an employee of the gallery?
I think everyone will discover what a fine artist Grant Henk is. You've been out of the limelight for too long. You've lost your inspiration and your faith, but it will be restored.
I have been approached by other galleries.
Yes, of course.
Over the years. They all offered me more than 54%.
Does he attract you?
I'm doing what I came to do.
No, it's all very convincing, but don't overdo it. Do you have to wear a dress?
Why are you angry?
Gussie, I'm not angry. I just think we should be cautious, feeding this man's fantasy. He's lived alone for a long time, and he acts like a character out of Poe.
You asked me to blind him.
A means to an end.
You haven't got what you wanted?
Well, he's going to beat me down on the price, but that's just a matter of time.
So until that time.
Then I think we should leave. And please don't encourage him to drink. Look at this. The beautiful Helen.
She wouldn't marry him.
Yeah, but he keeps the dress.
She sometimes wore it. It was all part of the ritual.
Tell me.
They ran their life by a very strict code. It was for all the members of the fellowship, but only Grant and Helen took it seriously, and then she didn't care either.
Well, what was it? Something religious?
No.
Well, what kind of things did they do?
At certain times of the day, they would lie together no matter what. They would fold one another's clothes in a very particular fashion. Wash each other's bodies, each other's hair. Eating as well. It was all very specific.
What? And Hank told you all this?
She failed him. She lay with other members of the group.
Yeah, well, I bet he was up to the same thing.
No!
You know, what has he said?
Please, I'm all right.
Look, just find out what you can. Can you imagine putting them together again? And that would be great publicity. I think this is my favorite.
A dream?
That's right. Full of contradictions. Look, see? There's no shadow. And here, look. Now, what's she doing, I wonder? Now, if you look in the sketches, you see? She's looking to her right. And back in the painting, you can just see a figure. And it's been overpainted. God, are you mad? Look, just what is it?
Just very stuffy in here.
Guess who? I know who I am. What is it you want?
Gussie?
Gussie. An unusual name, well chosen, timeless. And do all the young ladies of London wear dresses to their ankles? Hello, Kate.
You don't know what you've done.
Oh, love me.
You were just a child.
Watching everything that passed between you. I saw what you did.
What you want?
It was perfect, wasn't it? You said so. It can be that way again. Don't look at me that way. Remember what you had.
What I had is gone. I can see how painful it's been for you in the real world.
Oh, I'm not a child anymore.
What are we going to do with you, Kate?
Gussie!
Tom and Penny loved you.
I used to tell them lies. I stole money to get away from them. They had enough problems with their own children.
Where did you go?
I just travelled. I didn't live anywhere, really. Just kept moving.
You should have come to me.
For pity. Had to be this way.
Why? What did you expect of me? It's such a complicated deception. I presume it was your idea.
Yes.
You showed Marcus the old catalogues. You made the idea become his.
It's only the recognition you deserve. Helen didn't deserve you. She couldn't see what you were capable of.
Oh, I think she could.
It was the most wonderful thing I've ever seen. Why are you laughing at me?
Listen to me. No, listen to me. Listen.
Gussie! Gussie! Now, where is she? Look, I looked in the box.
Oh. Thought you meant Gussie. Yeah. Saw you done that. Had a good idea.
And Gussie, have you killed her too?
Have you ever been made a fool of?
Look, just exactly what have you done, eh? Where is Gussie? Is she in the bottom of the lake with Helen? Just exactly what do you do with them, eh? When you fall out of love, do you cut them in pieces and stick them in jars?
Oh. Well,
Where is Gussie?
walking. She left me, I don't know. Listen to me, you've got everything wrong. She just left me.
Who are we talking about now?
Helen, she went away.
Her heart.
It's animal. It's an object. Symbolic. The rest is in your own mind.
Yeah, and the blood.
It's mine. It's only art. I'm laying ghosts.
No. No, now look, I worked it out. You killed Helen in the garden. In the topiary with this knife. It's in your paintings.
Yeah?
Yes, but the question is, why did you show them to me? Because you wanted to be found out, is that it, eh? Perhaps you want someone to punish you, is that it?
Colonel Mustard in the library with a piece of road.
Listen, I'm going
Listen to me. Can you imagine what it's like when someone leeches into you? Eh? Runs in your blood and lives in your bones? Found a way to cope with all that, then you two come along and you fuck it all up. You thought it was your plot?
What did she say?
I'm kind of puzzles too. It's Kate I'm talking about. She's abandoned by her mother, a lonely child that no one took any notice of.
In the painting. The child with the bicycle. Watching because she saw what you did. Ah!
Did she mean so much to you?
Hey, now look, this isn't the way.
Okay. Don't keep him in the dark, Kate.
Well, did he hurt you? Shit! Gussie, you use me.
Everyone does it.
Look, you shouldn't play around with this man. He's dangerous.
I'm not playing around.
Oh, well, I should leave you here. You and Henk clearly deserve each other.
It's none of your business.
But what if I was to tell you he may have killed Helen?
He never raised his hand to Helen. Marcus, you don't understand. He couldn't live without her.
Yeah, well, that seems like a pretty good motive to me.
Helen isn't dead.
You know where she is.
Helen's alive.
It's all pretty convincing.
Obviously.
How's the hand?
Superficial.
It was her idea. I expect she told you.
Kate spoke about it.
Kate. They are beautiful paintings. Have it been
You
in...
won't. Be exonerated.
No.
Are you able to ask a straight question?
Look, I want the paintings. I regret what's happened. I feel a bit embarrassed and stupid.
What about contrite?
To be honest, no. Angry. What do you want to do?
Take her away. I don't want to discuss it anymore.
She's already left. She has a mind of her own. Look, maybe I should call you during the week. Would you like me to do that? I'll call you.
Marcus bring you back?
We had an argument. Well, he did.
Does anyone know you're here?
No one.
Is that too hard?
It's perfect.
You haven't been honest with each other, Kate.
I'm not here to judge you.
You might change your mind.
Never.
Your mother came back the following summer. She came to my door just like you. Some man had thrown her out. The sorrow I felt I can't begin to describe. Everything that had passed between us, no longer remembered. This time, the depression was very severe. Put on the dress, Helen. We rested in the garden at the water's edge. When she stopped crying, the sun was hot and she wanted to sleep. I wanted to stop her, but I couldn't.
No more. No more.